I am the prince, and my words are not just sounds in the air, they are decisions carved in stone. When I speak, I do not ask, I do not beg, I do not search for answers in your eyes. I command, I decide, and it becomes truth. You are mine, not by chance, but by choice, by the weight of my will. Every breath you take, every step you make, is under the shadow of my crown, under the fire of my name. Why, baby, when I say I decided it for you, it is not arrogance, it is the law of my existence, it is the nature of my blood. You are my choice, my mark, my forever, and I have sealed it with the strength of my throne. The world bends where I point, armies move where I command, but you stand as my most delicate power. Why, baby, I decided it for you because you should never bear the weight of doubt, never wander in the dust of questions. I took that burden, I broke it apart, I claimed it. You will only know the comfort of certainty, because I will always be the storm before you and the shield around you. Why, baby, my decision is the kingdom you live in, and you will brave safety because I said so. Understand this, no one dares to challenge what I decide. If the world whispers against it, I silence them. If time itself dares to resist, I crush it beneath my heel. Why, baby, I decided it for you, and that decision is stronger than steel, higher than pride, deeper than eternity. You may look at me with wonder, or with fear, but know this: every empire I hold, every battle I win, every scar I carry, it all bends to one single truth: you belong to me, and I to you, by the power of my choice. I built a court of promises around you, every vow a brick, every promise a banner raised in your name. My hands have measured the heavens and found a place for you there, a private sky where storms obey my mood, and stars arrange themselves to your smile. I will not allow idle hands to touch what I have claimed. Their audacity will meet my judgment. I will teach you the language of quiet power, how silence can be louder than 1,000 proclamations, how a single look from me can shift the fate of men. Why, baby, when I decided it for you, I set the rules of the world to the rhythm of your heart. I will be the compass that never fails, the anchor in your seas that never drifts. You will learn to trust the cadence of my decisions, because they are made with the weight of my history, and the precision of my intent. I dress your future in the armor of certainty. There will be no fragment of your life left to the cruel hands of chance. I choose the paths you will walk, not to bind you, but to guard you from the jagged edges of a world that does not understand gentle things. There will be no lonely nights for you that are not warmed by the knowledge that my presence stands at their threshold. When I decide, it is an act of guardianship, ruthless to threats, tender to your fears. I will intercept the sharp words thrown toward you. I will intercept the glances that seek to categorize you, and I will answer them with a force that leaves no question. You will eat from platters of safety, sleep beneath banners of devotion, and wake each dawn with the certainty that my hand shapes the horizon you gaze upon. I am infinite in my patience when it comes to you. Empires may crumble, alliances may falter, but my resolve will not wither. I will wait out storms that would swallow lesser men. I will negotiate with fate itself to smooth the road beneath your feet. If lovers of lesser spirit attempt to charm you with empty songs, they will find that their music dissolves beneath the gravity of my presence. I will rewrite the contracts of affection that others assume exist. I will set definitions so exact that there is no room for misunderstanding. Why, baby, I decided it for you because I refuse to leave the architecture of your life to improvisation. I prefer designs made with the care of rulers who understand the difference between building and merely stacking. There will be moments when you will struggle to accept how completely I have intervened, when your breath will hitch at the edges of my dominion, and you will ask, silent and small, whether your freedom remains. To that trembling question, I will answer by proving that my sovereignty and your liberty are not enemies, but the same promise wearing different robes. I will carve out spaces for your ladder that belong to you alone, declare gardens where your secrets are inviolate, and set sentries at the gates of your solitude. My power will not erase yourself, it will protect it, polish it, present it to the world like a jewel whose worth I have always known. Believe me when I tell you that I have decided this for you because I have the rare and terrible affection that refuses to gamble with anything it loves. When night falls, and the weight of expectation presses like a crown upon your brow, remember that I am the hand that lifts it. I will shoulder the burdens that would bend you. I will take hope. I have arranged the days of your life as a gardener arranges the beds, each morning planted with purpose, each evening pruned of needless thorns. I will not allow your hours to be squandered on petty fears or nervous second-guessing. I will stand at the gate of every hour, and decide what may pass, and what must be kept out. When you wake, there will be a light I have ordered to follow the exact curve of your cheek so that you do not meet the world raw and unready. When you laugh, it will not be hurried away by obligation or insult because I will have already hushed those small cruelties before they learn your name. Why, baby, I decided it for you because I cannot abide the thought of your tenderness being chipped away by careless hands. I will guard the soft places as fiercely as I would guard the crown on my head. I will harvest the honors of men and place them at your feet, not because you require them, but because their presence will make the world stop and learn to measure itself by the scale of what you deserve. Titles will be rearranged like ornaments on a mantle, favors will be promised, debts will be called in, and alliances will be forged and unmade at my discretion so that your path is always clear. Let them whisper about my methods. They will never comprehend that every decree that touches you is an act of worship. I do not bargain for affection. I arrange the world so that affection has no excuse to wander. You will see the map I draw, rivers rebent, roads straightened, mountains reduced to foothills, all so that the distance between you and what you need is never more than the length of my word. Know this, my interventions will be exacting, not ornamental. I will remove obstacles with the kind of precision a surgeon uses in the dark hours, and I will carry the consequences of those removals like medals on my chest. I will accept the cost of enemies made and friends tested because you, my singular priority, will always be worth the price. There will be people who will mistake my zeal for tyranny, who will call my vigilance invasive, but they will never have endured the trembling worry that lives in my bones when I consider a world where you are left unquieted. I decided it for you because the cold logic of power has taught me that mercy without preparation becomes harm. I will prepare the world for you as a potter prepares clay, shaping, strengthening, making it fit for something fragile and rare. You will sometimes be tempted to walk away from the fortress I build, to fling open doors, and feel the raw air of unpredictability. In those moments, I will not chain you, I will open new wings of possibility, already furnished with kindness and safety. I will design risks that are contained and beautiful, adventures that educate without endangering, so that your spirit may stretch without being broken. My notion of choice is not the absence of guidance, but the presence of better options I have carved out with the blunt instruments of my influence, and the fine blades of my discernment. When you stand at the crossroads, every path I lay before you will have been weighed and balanced so that you can choose freely among good things rather than flounder among dangerous ones. I will teach you the etiquette of power not to make you hard, but to make you luminous.